Today I'm going to do my persuasive speech over the benefits of teaching a smaller class. So, my goal is to persuade my audience of the benefits of teaching a smaller class instead of a larger one. So there are three major things I'm going to discuss that is a benefit of teaching a smaller classroom setting. One is you have one-on-one time with your student. The students are more engaged, and you also can create a better relationship with you and your students as teachers. So, have you ever wondered how much time it takes to actually teach a class? Whenever you have many students, it causes a lot of more time, especially in the younger years, but even in the older years, in high school level, it is even harder to teach a bigger class because there's questions, you have to have clarity for everything, and you need that time where you can sit with the student and help them and just help that one student. And it's harder to do that in an hour of teaching math or science or whatever you're teaching to get through every single kid while also teaching the actual lesson and get done in one day. And you just don't have enough hours in a school day to be able to do that unless you have a smaller classroom setting so you can actually have time to go to each student. As a former student of a small school system, we have benefited. I know a lot of kids from our school that has had close relationship with each teacher. We've had one-on-one time. They always are asking what our goals are, what we needed to work on, how to work on it, how to improve your grade, and give you the tools to be able to do all these things and help with when we got closer to college. They always helped us do things. And so that is the benefit of having a smaller school system, is having that time with just you and the teacher to help you succeed. So the first, according to EF Academy, states having fewer students means that each one can get the attention they need from their teacher. They are also encouraged to take part in discussions and driven to express their opinions. This is by the EF Academy. So our first topic is going to be one-on-one time. In this picture, you see a teacher on the left and a student on the right. The teacher is helping the student by giving critiques of the work, helping the student figure out the answers the best way that she can, and just being able to have that one-on-one time to help benefit the child and actually learn the knowledge and let them have strict questions over what she's concerning. Without this time, the teacher really can't see if the student is actually learning the work and getting it, or they just know it, or if they need a little bit more help in furthering their education during that. So with that being said, this is my first benefit on one-on-one time. It can help you with strict questions and immediate help from the teacher during this time. It also helps when students are struggling, because if you're struggling in a class, you're not going to raise your hand and be like, oh, I'm struggling, I need help. Like, you're just not going to do that, especially growing up and in high school. You're definitely not going to do that. You're going to go to your teacher and say, I need help with this, or you're not going to say anything at all if you're little. And so that one-on-one time with the teacher, it helps like not embarrass the children and help them actually grow instead of them just thinking, oh, well, I don't think I can grow because I don't have that help. And so that really helps students grow, especially in a younger age division. It also helps inspire students, and it increases this time for teachers to be able to inspire them, because your job as a teacher is to help be their role model and guide them and give them tools that they will take on for the next year and the next years of their lives. And so this really helps inspire them to get the courage to step out and say, hey, I need help in front of everyone, or hey, I'll come help you because I know this topic because my teacher helped me. And that allows all these things to happen. According to Children's Educational Services, from 10 reasons why a smaller class is so important in education states, with more one-on-one time with their teacher, students are certain to have a greater sense that their teacher cares for them And when students feel like someone they look up to cares about their work, they'll excel throughout their life. Having one-on-one time with students is a major benefit. So are students being more engaged. So coming from the one-on-one time that you have with your teacher, it can come to the students are being more engaged. So in this picture, you have a teacher reading a book and people and all the students being able to raise their hand and answer her questions she's giving, or if they have a question for the teacher, it allows all this. And that one-on-one time is a very big thing to help move over for the students to be more engaged and not be shy and be able to do this. And so in this picture, it just shows how a smaller group of kids, it's easier for them to be more engaged because they don't feel as intimidated to be able to ask the teacher the questions and get feedback. So this allows for more discussions to be done, more board work to be done from the students, so the teacher can really understand if they're really getting what they're learning, or if, hey, I need to reteach that again and get their knowledge back up for that certain topic. This also allows, especially in group work, as a college student, there's been times I've had to go to the board and write stuff with my group, and it's intimidating because you don't be wrong in front of everyone, but this allows for that feedback to happen and for the teachers to encourage you when you're wrong, and your student and your classmates to even encourage you and help you learn together. So, according to the 4 reasons why small class sizes lead to better student performance states, 1, small class sizes have elevated levels of student performance, which becomes a part of the classroom culture. Students are expected to be high achievers, and in some ways it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, causing them to be highly educated in their studies. Classroom engagement is important, but so is the relationship with a teacher and a student. So this is a good example of how a teacher and a student, just like everything else, they're engaged with them and they're on their one-on-one time. But this allows the teacher to better have a relationship and understand how they learn, because different people learn different ways. Like me presenting this to you, you're going to learn one way if I present something to you. You might learn it if I say, hey, let me sit down and actually help you. Let me show you how I do it. Or, hey, let's put your hands on it and see how you can do it. And you're not going to know that until you start working with each kid individually, because every kid learns different. And the only way you can figure that out is through relationships with the student. So this allows you to fully enhance the students and strength on each project that they can do and perform. This also allows you to learn their strengths and their weaknesses and how to better enhance their knowledge to help them in the long run. It also helps with problem solving and to fully understand what they need and how they need it and how to get it all done. According to the ASCD states, improving connections between students and their school communities not only lessen students' mental health issues, but also support students academically, socially, and emotionally. And it should be how we frame our approach to future of learning. So I have this little quote that I hope to use in my classroom one day. It is the little conversations that build the relationships and make an impact on each student. As a teacher, we are always going to have those little conversations that are constantly going to build that relationship with your student and how they learn and how they can trust you to help them grow, and how they're going to grow further on with each teacher they have, and then go off into the world. They'll be able to have those conversations with people to help them learn and grow as they get older and older. So in conclusion, with all these benefits of a smart classroom and how they can help a student success record, being able to provide this one-on-one time, being able to be engaged with the students full-time, and just being allowed to have their relationships with them is such a major benefit, but it only can be done in a more smaller classroom setting. having strong relationships with them can provide the knowledge they'll need and allow them to actually succeed in their life and to be able to help them. Or if they call you later on in life and they might need help, or they might email you, say, hey, I need that student recommendation letter that I need for my college to graduate. And so that's a major benefit of doing that, and it really helps them grow and they feel more connected. But you cannot have that without that student relationship, without being able to just have that time with them. With that being said, I believe that's all that I have for you today. Overall, teachers need a smaller classroom in order to fully help the students succeed. Thank you. And now I'm going to show you my audience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.